back out for that Tuesday afternoon stroll. If you guys are new to that channel, go and hit that follow button. It's free. Smash that bell, hit that like button. It helps us. It helps me be able to create more videos. That way we can get to some more trails and some more spots to show you guys this beautiful country and this beautiful world we have and we live in. Crawling over a little log right now. It's nothing big, just a old dead log from the flood. And if you guys haven't seen my videos before, this is the top of the Muskingum watershed. It's the very beginning of the Muskingum watershed. It's what keeps northern Kentucky, southern Ohio, and northern West Virginia from flooding. We do our part, you know, to help here in Ohio. A little drink of water there. Huh. The mud hole really didn't even, nothing even really changed on it. After all that rain, it's been so dry that it really didn't do nothing to our mud hole. It's just a little mud hole, nothing special. But Matt's Off-Road Recovery, if you're watching this, this is another call out. Let's go ahead and get this going. Get out there, I'll climb that hill on that dirt bike, and we'll laugh about it and have good times. What do you say? Let's do this. So guys, if you haven't heard me say this before, this area up here, straight like kind of this way, there's a ridge that runs along the edge. There's an upper ridge and a lower ridge. Lower ridge would be the part that's man-made. It's the canal that used to run from Sandyville, Ohio to Bolivar, Ohio. Sandyville, the town, they moved it in the early 1900s because they built the Bolivar Dam, which flooded the area that it was in. They moved the town about a half-mile uphill. Not actual in height, but distance. About a half-mile uphill, probably about, I'd say, 20 feet uphill maybe. In height. But real nice area if you're ever out in the area to check it out. We got a lot of byways and highways here, old scenic byways here in Ohio that are fun to drive and check out our little back towns and stuff. And that's what I grew up in, little back towns here in Ohio. Only lived in a city for a short time myself. I was young. As soon as I was able to get out of there and get back into the country, which was only about a 2-year period of time, I got out. No offense to anybody who likes the city. Everybody has their own place, but the country is mine. It's where I like to be. Not a lot of people get to enjoy the weather and the animals, the flora and fauna, you know, you get to enjoy that. I see something laying on the trail that wasn't there the other day when I came through here. It must have been there, I just couldn't see it. Now this little gap that I'm going through right here, this ridge to the right that I'm about to go through was the top of the edge of the canal, and we're going to be down in the canal as we're driving. So this down here is where the canal would have been, and then this little ridge right here is where they would have had the donkeys or the horses pulling the canal boats. I'm not sure exactly when they shut this canal down. I'm going to assume It was probably early 1900s, like maybe no later than 1910. So I'm pretty sure the Bolivar Dam was built in 1924. I'll have to look up my dates. I know I'm real close with the dates, but I'm not exact. Pretty close though with times. Should probably do a little more studying into it. Give you guys exact, accurate records. But for now, we're riding up where the donkeys or the horses, more than likely horses, would have been pulling the canal boats. It's a really cool place there in Bolivar, Ohio. If you guys like old places to go and stuff like that, there's a place called Fort Lawrence. It's one of the forts from the, not the Civil War, but the Revolutionary War. It was the only fort built in Ohio during the Revolutionary War, if I'm correct. Might be wrong, might have been the Civil War that they built it. But it was the only fort, and at the time that it was built, it was the only fort that they built in Ohio during that time of war. We're also real close to what they call the Green Peace Treaty Line. It's right just, I want to say just northeast of the Bolivar Dam, just a little bit. So today I put some new rear brake pads on it. I lowered my bump stops in the front, my hydraulic bump stops, so they would be closer to touching, but obviously that wasn't enough. I'm gonna have to put spacers in the bottom. Yesterday I reset my rear track bar and adjusted my alignment in the rear, and let me tell you, it handles a world of difference on the street. I mean, it's totally different. Before you hit a dip band, it would pull so hard in the back, from the back being off a little bit, but the track bar had too much of an angle. So what I did is I ended up raising the track bar up on the axle side, and it made a big difference. It helped a ton. It might hit my exhaust now, but that's no big deal. I do need to get some bump stops for the rear axle. Probably want to just go with another set of these Rough Country bump stops. They do them great. Like, for what I paid for these and what my buddy paid for his on his JK, mine do just as good, and they're actually an inch longer than his. They have an inch more of travel. Excuse me. They're like $200, around that, like $199 or something like that. But another set of those, put them in the back. I'd really like to triangulate the rear and do away with the rear track bar altogether. Just have it rear triangulated setup. I'm only on the stock axles. I do have chromoly axle shafts in the back. I'm not sure what the front are. They seem like they might be stock. However, it was wheeled before I got it, so they might not be stock. But I didn't replace the rears to a 10 factory chromoly axle shaft. And I went with those because of the type of chromoly they are. They seem to be a little bit more flexible. Some of the chromoly shafts are a little bit harder, and they tend to shatter break easier, I would say, than ones that have a little bit of a flex or the ability to flex or twist and recoil back to what they were. We'll go up a little hill climb here. Oh wow, that sun is bright. Hope I don't blind you guys. Sorry if I do. We'll be going back down in there here in a second. Here we go. Had a stick poke up through my drainage hole on my passenger side. There we go. I think you can see that stick. That's the stick that poked up through the drainage hole. You gotta be careful with that. Years ago I had a buddy that was out across the river that direction over there. There's a bunch of strip mines that we go wheeling in. I haven't been in there for about a year because of game wardens and stuff, but we used to go wheeling back there. And back in, I want to say around 2002 or 3 or 4, somewhere in there, there was a guy and he was driving a tractor, and there was a guy in his passenger seat. I don't want to name names. They know who they are. They know me. And the stick came up through the passenger side floor because it was rotten, and it stabbed him just below his ribs and went into his guts. And a friend of mine had to carry him out and help him get to the hospital. Meanwhile, he was pushing his guts and intestines back inside of him. It was pretty crazy. I wasn't there, but they told me about it. And the reason why they told me about it is because I wheel back there all the time, and they know I do. This trail here is not completely clear when I go to make my left right here. I don't know why it's never really cleared out. It grows so, like the vegetation grows so heavily through here, even after you try to make a trail. You can still see this pretty heavily grown over through that trail. And then until you get to this point, then it's back to the trail. It's real weird. It's not wet. It doesn't have a real wet bottom or nothing like that, like you would think. Tuesday afternoon, by the way, guys. It's 72 degrees out, sunny, and barely any clouds in the sky. It is beautiful out right now. Steep hill here. It's not very big, it's just real steep. Put her down in the one. Alright. Digging the shit up and fucking the trails up. Just ride the damn things. You don't need to fucking shovel every goddamn fucking hole and dip out. This ain't a fucking racetrack.